I don't mind it. I personally have never tried it before, but
Guys who plait their hair and who carry like dreadlock look responsible and good.
I believe everybody has opinions of their own. Everybody has a right to do whatever it is they want. But left to me, I'm not really good with it. I see them as people that don't know what they are doing.
So looking at it, we don't need to condemn anyone. Each and everyone that does that has a reason for doing it.
Our own imam that lead prayer for us, he has dreadlocks.
People's opinion about men with braided hair or dreadlock varies, depending on societal, cultural, or individual perspective. While some associate it with fashion, others see it as a sign of non-conformity or irresponsibility. It's Street Smart on Union Television. Today we'll be looking at perspective about men with braided hair or dreadlock. I am your regular host, Ozi Phoebe, and with me,
Onyinye Eslofo. Hi, Phoebe.
hi Onyinye, it's nice to have you on this program.
Thank you, and I'm glad to be here. We're talking about something that is really dicey because, people have different things they think about this hair, fashion, and dreadlocks, and the perspective has been shifting according to centuries. So what it used to be, it's not exactly what it is now, but then we still have people who are living in the primitive era and then people that grew up with their grandmothers.
Exactly. Now, there are certain hairstyles that are not acceptable in our locality.
Yes.
And some are. There are some hairstyles like punk, clean cut. If you wear those ones, they see you as responsible.
That makes you a perfect gentleman.
Exactly. But when you carry dreadlock or braided hair, people consider you as someone that is carefree. And then they begin to look at you on a different light in our society today.
Yes, I just feel like if someone with a braided hair should pass somewhere and then something is missing, he's the first person they will concentrate, right? Because I feel like I think that boy with that pass, I don't trust him. He might even have the best of character, but then the hair is making people perceive him in some way
Differently.
Yes.
And sometimes they see them as people who are wayward, not just being a thief, but someone who is wayward. And so if anything goes wrong,
it's you, right?
It's
because
you.
if they consider you wayward, you can steal, you can do anything.
Exactly.
Because they just judge you like this person is a ruffian or
yes,
something.
from your looks.
Yes.
And these days, people really don't see it that way again. This present generation.
Are you sure?
Exactly.
Let's find out.
We will.
What's your perception about guys that carry dreadlock or carry braided hair?
My perspective about guys that do dreads or plait their hair, I feel like we all have rights. We all have right. We can actually do what we want. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to cut your hair. Like, let me give you an example. Some people they will cut their hair. They have low cut, and they are the evil ones. But some people that they have dread on their hair, they are plaiting their hair. They're actually the nice one. They have good art. So it doesn't mean if like my own junior brother now, he has the dread on. and some of his friends they plait their hair. So I don't see anything bad about it because I'm on low cut. There was one time one of my dad's younger brother was telling him, "Look at your brother. He's on dread and you're on low cut." I was like, "Well, I'll talk to him." I didn't just want to talk about it. So it doesn't mean you can actually plait your hair, but there are some cases I do tell people that okay, if you are plaiting your hair or you want to be on dread, you need to always look good. You can't plait your hair now or look on dread, and when I see you, I'll be like, why are you doing this? You don't need it. But if you look good and you're on dread or you plait your hair, I'll be like, wow, this guy he looks good. Share you get. So there's nothing wrong about it. You can actually plait your hair. Okay, what of a lady that decides to go on low cut or decide to cut her hair? What should we think about that? So when a guy now plaits his hair or is on low cut, that's a problem. No, I actually know Nigerian, our culture doesn't permit all that. But back in the days, in the olden days, men, they do plait their hair, they do like prince, important people in the village, in the city, they do plait their hair, do all kind. They even use earrings. So there's nothing wrong about it. It's actually cool. But you need to look good at doing that. You don't need to look rough, look scanty, and you're on dread or plaiting your hair. They'll count you bad.
So what's your perception about guys who plait their hair or who carry dreadlock?
Um, Actually, as Africans, all right, it is not in our culture. Number one. Then number two, I don't think if you're learned enough and you want to go to an interview, you won't carry a dredge. All right, you want to look presentable. So, but my own perception of it is that it doesn't look decent. No matter in all ramification, in all ways, it doesn't look decent. To It's better keep an afro than to braid your hair, all right, and to lock it, a dreadlock. We are not Jamaicans, all right. It was when the reggae music came that people started adopting to it. Then boys started saying it to lock their hair. But I think it's decent when you keep your hair low or you keep an afro. That's my take, and that's my take for it. Yes, yeah.
So how do you look at men with plaited hair or with dreadlock?
Yeah, to my own opinion, dreadlock to some people is a culture, and to some people is a style. And again, some people wear dreadlock because they admire it from other people or celebrity. uh So dreadlock is not a bad style for men to carry or for a man to carry. It's a style, and to some dreadlock, to some people that wear dreadlock, it's a culture to them. They see it as a culture.
As for me, I don't like it because as a responsible somebody, a responsible guy, so you're not supposed to go with dreadlock because once, let me say for example now, once they see you with dread, even if you are responsible, but your appearance will make people to say you are not responsible. So that is number one thing. That's why you see most people, even when they are innocent of the crime, when police come, whether they are innocent or not, they will pick them because of the way they are dressing, the way they are doing things. So that is number one thing. So because as a responsible person, you don't have to, because this natural hair that God gave is okay. That means when you are changing it, you are telling God that what God created is not good. It not created very well. So you are not pleased of what God gave to you.
Okay, me personally, I don't have any issue with guys with braided hair or dreadlock. But looking at the culture we have in this part of the world, most times people see them as being irresponsible or as being people with illegal activities, people that engage themselves in illegal activities. But personally, I don't have any issue with them. I see it as fashion, as something that boosts your esteem. Just that.
Osha, a lot of comments. Some people say I don't like guys that plait hair. Some people say you look good on it. Some people say change this hairstyle. It's not okay. Some people say go and barb the hair. What's your problem? So, but I guess it's just me. I love carrying hair. So anything you are saying doesn't matter. It's just me.
Okay, personally, I see nothing wrong with that at all because I think some time or some reasons might be like I think, for instance, if some people are models actually, because some of these guys are models, because I have friends like that they're models, and it's required that they make their hair for a particular shoot. You understand? And they will not want to lose that particular job or particular contract because some people have a different opinion about their hair. Because some people just tag and label the fact that you have braided hair or you have dreadlocks hair, that okay, just tag you irresponsible. And that's a very shallow mindset for me, if you ask me, though. Because some reasons, they might have reasons why they made their hair or they carry a particular look on their hair. There's nothing wrong with that, if you ask me, though. That's it.
Uh, Even the word of God is against it. During our fathers' olden days, we are not saying something like this. But nowadays, we don't understand what is happening with our men. So it's not right. It's for Yahoo boys. They are ritualists. All this rubbish is too much. If you see people, a Christian guy or Muslim guy, I mean a boy, cannot be painted here like this. That is what I can say, man.
So what's your perception about men with braided hair?
Well, perception is something that transcends with time. Before, when we see men with braided hair, we see them as men who do not really understand what the society is all about, who do not understand our culture. Because also we had, braided hair, came up from this idea of dreadlock, that, it is always some special kind of people that have dreadlock. It's either spiritual or something else behind it. So, but when, with time, we realize that the society is now accepting it because we have seen it as a lifestyle. Braided hair in these days now is a fashion. It's no longer what it used to be. Then when you see a child with dada hair, you say this child is a Nazarene, this child is special, this child will be a priest, this child will be a prophet. That was what the perception was. But today, I can just wake up one morning, even with my bad hair, and decide to get a braided hair. And I will get that. It's just as a fashion. So it's a trend. It's a trend that the society have come to accept. Because most of the people, the children, especially our young ones, the people they look up to in the society today, you see them coming up with braided hair. You see all our football stars, you see our musicians, all coming up with braided hair. So there's nothing, for me, I don't see anything wrong with that.
What do you think about men with braided hair?
Normally, for me, is a turn off for me. I don't like guys with braided hair. I just see it like he's not responsible. That's just it.
Well, ideally, it's based on individuality. Me myself, I can braid my hair, but if men with the braided hair is okay by it, good, I'm fine. I believe it's a moral standard that justifies everything.
Things are not the way they used to be, right?
Sure.
So many persons are of the opinion that dreadlock and braided hair is associated with fashion. That
Absolutely.
is no longer the way it used to be. While growing up, there was this mentality people had about braided hair and dreadlock, particularly dreadlock.
Yes.
People that were fans of Lucky Dube and Bob Marley, they used to keep dreadlock, but those dreadlock, they were not the neat type that we used to see
Yeah,
now.
they used to be bushy, unkept,
Dirty
raw.
with natural,
Yes.
they don't apply anything.
They don't trim it. There's no hair care.
No
There's
treatment, nothing.
You know, some people even had this opinion that dreadlock is, will I say, mystical.
Yes.
So when their children are growing up and then they have like natural locks, they will share biscuits, they'll gather children.
Even up till now,
Oh,
they still do it. Yes.
Okay.
They still do it. Some, do I say, denomination. Some denominations still do it up to now, till now. They say there are some things attached to it that you don't scrape it without that sacrifice. That there is implication. If that sacrifice is not done and you scrape the hair, something will happen to that
the
child. Yeah.
So, okay, what if the parents decide that they're not going to shave until their child is grown, and then this child grows up to say, I want to keep my dread? Would you perceive this child as a bad person?
No, and even now, you cannot barb the child's hair on your own decision.
Okay, the child has to decide.
Yes, the child has to decide. Barb the hair now. I want my hair cut. Yes, that is when you can cut the hair. You cannot decide on your own, let me cut the hair. No, you can't.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, except the child accepts.
So that
is
means
when-
that kind of dreadlock is different from the fashion dreadlock we have today.
Yes, very different. Very, very different. Most of them, they are born like that. Most of them that they keep their hairs like that, they are like Nazarenes of the old. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes, they are
So
giving
they are
birth
not
like that.
the Lucky Dube kind of
No, they are not
dreadlock.
the Lucky
And
Dube
then I
kind of.
think impression and perspective should change. There should be a shift. Maybe you need to ask them first, is this natural or is it artificial? So you just know which one is which before you generalize on probably what their attitude should be or how you should perceive them, whether they can work for you, or probably tag them irresponsible.
And then there is something apart from the one that is natural, or you can grow natural ones and then you can fix.
Okay, the artificial ones.
Yes, there are artificial ones, and there are ones that just on your own, on a deliberate note, you want to grow it.
That means you decide to lock it.
Yes, to
Yes.
lock it. And then there are some that they are giving birth to. But all of this, there are people who don't even consider that, whether it is natural or it is being locked
That's what
artificially.
I'm saying.
They don't even look at
they,
it.
They don't know the difference, right? So once you have dreadlocks, they just believe you are XYZ,
Yes.
or they consider you
That
to
you-
be XYZ.
Exactly.
And I don't know why it's like that. Maybe we have explanations outside
All
if someone
right.
would hold a different opinion.
Okay, let's ask to hear.
Okay, so you cannot have a friend or someone very close to you who is braiding the hair.
I literally don't even keep friends. So, but the little I have, none of them does such. Because I will clearly tell them that, guy, what's the meaning of this? Why would I be working with somebody that looks like a girl? I'm not a gay, so why are you plating your hair? So, no, I can't.
Yeah, I do have some friends that have dreads and plait their hair. It's not a big issue. I feel like a lot of times people are judged based on their appearance, and that can make them seem different. Sometimes people just associate, okay, because this person is on dreads, that means the person is not responsible. If that's what I think, that's what always comes to everybody's mind. But I feel like most of the times when you get to know someone, that's when you actually know what they're all about. And so far, the friends I try to keep good friends. And just because they're on dreads does not necessarily mean they're bad people. It's just a fashion choice. It doesn't really show what is in their heart. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't really depict who they actually are. It can just be their fashion choice. Some boys like wearing bomb shorts. It could be anything. I know there's a whole thing that, okay, that's for girls, but they could just like it. So it's just fashion for them. That's it. It doesn't really matter or say who they are per se. That's all.
All right. Now our society have a perception about guys who plait their hair and who carry dreadlock. So many persons see them as irresponsible. Now, how do you react to that?
Not all of them now, but like someone like me, I see it as fashion. I'm Samson of my time. So that's it.
Yeah, the thing is that I have friends with that look that carries dreadlock of a thing. I have friends, but the thing is that their dread doesn't define them. Are you getting me? If he carries dreadlock and he has some some kind of abilities that you are benefiting as a friend, will you leave him because he had a dreadlock and say, oh no, go away, I won't be your friend? No. It's what that person has, his qualities that he has, kind of morals he has, the kind of upbringing that he has, what should benefit from him as a friend. So to me, I think if you're, if my friends carry dreadlock, doesn't matter as far as is I'm getting some benefits from it, like from life and all that. So that's for me.
Um, Once in a while, I will preach it to him. All right, that keep your hair, keep your afro, or leave your hair a low cut, and see how, number one, see how people will receive you. Number two, see how you will look and you will appreciate yourself from the mirror yourself. Sure, you get me? All right, that's it. I will preach it to you, but it depends on the person to live. But that won't spoil our relationship. That won't spoil our friendship. I will respect him for his idea. All right, I keep afro. I just cut my hair. All right, and at the point people were complaining about it. All right, but I felt I liked it, and I'm still going to keep it. I just want to change my look. That's why I cut my hair. Right. Yeah.
Yes, I can. I even have them as a close friend. Dreadlock, it doesn't. Dreadlock does not make somebody a bad person or a bad type. So dreadlock is just a normal thing. It's just a normal style. It's not a permanent something. Now. It's something that you can decide that I want to wear this thing for some while and I want to cut it. You can decide to cut it again and you can decide to wear it. It's not a Dreadlock is not a bad thing.
Mm, I if I cannot have them as my very close friends, but if at all maybe we're friends and it started carrying dreadlock, my own is to advise. I'll give that person advice that this dreadlock is not meant for you. It's not good. So, but if the person still insists of carrying it, I will withdraw myself from him.
Yeah, I can have them, but I will first of all study you, like I said, how we see them here, because of most activities that we watch that are not good are mostly engaged by people with that kind of hairstyle and all that lifestyle. So I will first of all study you to know if you are one of them or it's just a normal thing for you. Sure, you understand?
No. I cannot. Oh, I cannot. I cannot even have them as friend. I can. It's very irritating. The thing is very, very irritating. It's very, very irritating. More especially, you see some of the men when they are keeping their dread, they will now put something like cross on it. That one is to scare me. I will feel like something is fishing out. That dread has an evil spirit on it. You understand? So I don't like it at all. At all. I don't like it. I don't like it. And secondly, they don't used to wash their hair. You understand? Hair don't used to enter. So hair is supposed to be entering inside their hair. Men are meant to cut off their hair. They are meant to keep it on a low cut. They're not meant to be carrying dread. Even those that used to plait hair, I don't feel like them. They are meant to keep their hair on a low cut. It's women that is meant to keep their hair. But men are meant to cut their hair on a low cut so that they will look nice and good looking. But keeping dread, yeah, I don't like it at all at all. It scares me away. I don't like it.
Thank you, ma. Even my children, I have warned them that they should not paint their hair. They are in higher institution, but they follow my instruction. Train your children so that at the end of the day, you will enjoy them. That is it.
There is no art to find the mind's construction in the face. And I agree with Shakespeare on that. Okay. You cannot really look at someone's appearance, look at someone's hair, and then you are able to tell who that person is. Sure. Because looks can be deceptive. Absolutely. You might look at someone very innocent with a very neat and clean cut and say, this is it. And you say, this is a humble person. He's a gentleman to the core. But on getting close, you discover a different thing altogether, that he's not who you were thinking he was. And then you see someone with braided hair or with dreadlock and you say, this is a rogue. And then on getting close, you discover that this person is a gentleman to the very last. And then you'll be wondering, why are things like this? I have seen this person and I've given the person the credit of a good person because of the looks. And this one, I've given him the credit of a very wild person. But on getting close, you see that the opposite of what you were thinking is what you have seen.
Yeah, so it can really be like that because, you know, society has a way of making people become what they are not. And then it just takes like you being yourself and giving people the opportunity to adjust, right? Because I wouldn't say that because I love braided hair, I'll have to now become XYZ person, or you're going to look at me like ABC person, or assume I am what I'm not. Even when you get to bus stops and people are probably talking money, the next thing they see someone with braided hair, they would rather shift to another person that probably has a clean cut, and the person is looking all calm and quiet and absent-minded. And then they think they are safe to talk about their whatever money talk it is. But then you're now taking your money to the person that is most likely going to snatch your money from you. And the person you think is a bad person is the person that's going to help you. But the twist here is that you see these people that claim, oh, this person looks this person looks like that, like this and that. They appreciate celebrities with braided hair.
Exactly. Okay, when you appreciate those that are celebrities with braided hair, now what happens to those persons on the streets that are with same braided hair?
They don't have money yet.
Oh,
so they are not yet celebrities. That's the reason
that is
because
so unfair.
Okay, how do you explain it? How do you explain it?
There is no do I say there is no logical explanation for this?
So you see someone who is with braids, probably you see Burna Boy or some celebrity like that has braids, and then they are singing and playing with their head. You know, oh, I wish I have braided hair. And then you see somebody who is on braided hair or locks, right? And then you're like, why is this person dressed like this? Be careful, don't be walking around people like this. When you see people like this at night, run.
Oh my God.
You understand?
Yes.
Because you think that they are different from what the other person outside. But if you see that person on screen, you would still appreciate the person.
That means they appreciate stardom.
Yes,
if you are not a star yet, they will not appreciate it, and that is not fair. That is not good. This person you are not appreciating might become a star tomorrow.
Yes.
You don't know what the person is dreaming.
You don't
and what
know
he
what
or she is
person is
working
working on.
towards.
Yes.
So you shouldn't look at someone and say, because you're not a star, you shouldn't be wearing this look. Why not go and cut this your braided hair or dreadlock or something like that?
And you know, some people believe that there are certain kinds of hair or look or dress that fit some kind of status. So when you've had enough money, I'm not saying when you've had money, when you've had enough money, yes, like money that people can perceive.
Yes,
that's the kind of money that will make you do some things or probably be audacious. So when you do certain things that even if they consider it wrong or things they would ordinarily not appreciate, they would say anybody that has money can do whatever you want, or they wouldn't even be quick to advise you because you see somebody probably on social media saying, oh, why are you looking like this? Or why do you dress like this? And then someone is also commenting a poor man advising a rich man. Now, wow, you understand? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you cannot. Do you have money? So
wow.
It also happens like that. So that's why I think it's the rationale behind all of this. Yes, we have people who have good intentions and people who would say, this is the standard, no compromise. But then again, we have people who are like, it's good on this person, it's not good on this person.
And how can it be good on this person and it's not good on the person? What is good for the goose is good for the gander as well.
Yeah, that's what you think, but then your hairstyle might not fit. Make sure you know.
Yes.
So that's another thing.
Exactly. Yes, the fitting. That one is different. You know, your face, the shape of your face is different from mine.
And it's different from men.
I can pack it if it is dreadlocks. I can pack it the style that suits my face. You know, it's one like normal braids. So you can decide to pack it the way that suits your face.
Haven't you heard people say, this dada that you did does not even fit you?
It depends on the treatment. Some persons don't treat theirs.
We're not talking about treatment. Now we're talking about person. Okay. They will tell you it doesn't fit your person. Probably you have this kind of a calm guy in the streets, and then all of a sudden he decides to do something different. He wants to give his face a different look, and then he says, okay, I'm going to lock my hair. But just small twists like, wrap this hair, it doesn't fit you. The fitting is not the face or the connection. The fitting is that it makes you appear somehow. It makes you the opposite of what we know you to be or who you are. Okay. This is not your person. Don't do this. But there are people that when they see it on them, like, we've always known, Sha. It is well.
Like a guy said, he was keeping it before he barbed it, and the younger brother was wearing it. And he said he cannot look at someone and judge the person because his younger brother is wearing a dreadlock. So he cannot judge anybody that is with dreadlocks or with braided hair. So it's something like you don't have to like make people feel bad about their looks. It's really, really unfair.
It's not even in your place to judge people,
It's
right? It's
not.
not. But then it's just important that we understand society, what we're working towards. And you know, people appreciate you, and the first way people even get to have a sense of you is what they are saying, right?
Yes.
It's true that you don't judge a book by its cover, but then you don't eat a meal that doesn't look appealing. You have to see it and desire it. So that's how people also see you and want to think and rethink. And if you know where you're working towards, you should look the part. Look it. So this is not about judgment. This is more like ethics.
Okay.
And that's what I think.
All right. Okay, that thought is good. You cannot judge a person by mere looking at that person. Whatever works for you, do it. But while doing it, do it with moderation. This is where we are going to wrap it for today on Street Smart on Union Television.
And for more interesting episodes, follow us across all our social media platforms. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until we come your way again next time,
Keep watching Street Smart on Union Television.